All right, RF fandom group meeting. Let's go. Some of you have probably already heard by now, but in case you haven't, hi. Sorry to be the one to tell you this. The Rainbow Factory AU is being discontinued. Yep, that is a thing that is happening that I have been struggling with for the past few days. And in case you're looking for an actual confirmation of this, pause to read. Before I go on a tangent, allow me to just clarify what all of this means. The Rainbow Factory AU and the fandom is not going away. This is the internet. It can't go away. It's here, and it's here forever. Plus, I'm pretty sure Dodo would wind up making a lot of people angry if she were to just delete the Rainbow Factory AU entirely. What it means is that in terms of information and lore, what we have is all we're going to have. There is not going to be any new information added to Welcome Home's Rainbow Factory AU. Instead, what Dodo is doing, she is going to be taking the ideas that she was going to incorporate into the AU and turn it into its own thing. And in terms of fan art and fan edits and audios, all of those things are still allowed so long as they fall in line with Dodo's boundaries. We can still create those things if we would like. The only thing Dodo is not okay with in terms of Welcome Home's Rainbow Factory AU is someone trying to take over or finish what she started. And here's the official screenshot of that in case you need a confirmation. I would like to point out this one little bit right here that states you cannot claim it as your own, you cannot continue it, and you cannot make an AU of the AU. Anything pertaining to the AU is just done where it's at. Which is something that's been happening recently, I've noticed. There is an opposite RF, there is a faceless RF, and there's a few other ones that are floating around that I've seen. Now, I just know someone out there is going to be like, wait a minute, Raven. What about Bad End RF? Bad End RF is Bad End RF and a creation of Dodozoi. It is an alternate ending. I have tried to make it as clear as possible that it is not an AU of the Rainbow Factory AU, but instead it's basically fanfic at this point. It is a story that follows a timeline in which the bad ending that Dodozoi created happens. At the end of the day, it is still RF, and it still follows RF's lore. And I've got to be honest, there's a part of me that is not surprised by this whatsoever, because I finally made it onto Dodozoi's Discord, and basically the ref sheets for some of the characters had me scratching my head a little bit. Like, there are some characters that just did not scream Welcome Home or Rainbow Factory to me. Not to mention the fact that the vast majority of the lore that we were given has nothing to do with the factory at all and more pertains to the character of Walden and Julie and Ophelia. As far as I can remember, nowhere in the lore have rainbows ever been mentioned. Nowhere in the lore has color or spectra ever been mentioned. And Dodozoi never even really mentioned the grinder. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that the Rainbow Factory AU was missing the whole Rainbow Factory. And all of that just left me scratching my head. It's like, are we saving this for the pilot? Is this going to be a part of some massive lore drop in the future? What is going on? And like I said earlier, this has been my struggle for the past 3 days or so, is getting all of this information sorted out and coming to terms with this. Like, in terms of the Rainbow Factory audios that I posted to my RF Wally account over the course of the past 3 days, all of those were just to help keep me grounded and keep myself from spiraling out of control. Because that's what was starting to happen. Because at first I thought that the AU was going to be deleted, and then I was being told that it no longer exists, and then finally we got a confirmation that It's not being deleted, it's just being discontinued. And I was finally able to take a small breath of relief. And then I kind of had to ask myself, like, okay, but what does that mean for us? It just means we're not going to get anything new, and that Dodozoi is separating her own creation from Welcome Home. That is pretty much it. And let me tell you, between this situation and the fact that the amazing digital circus is completely taking over my FYP at the moment, it has really been a struggle to kind of reorient myself. And in terms of me and my RF Wally account and my audios, we're not going away. We're still creating content, we're still creating audios. It is pretty much back to being business as usual, hopefully. Mark my words. Until I decide I am done creating Rainbow Factory Wally content, or Dodozoi officially says you cannot create this type of content anymore, I will still be here. I will still be here weathering the storm.